The SpaceX Crew Dragon is the first spacecraft from a private company to take humans into space. In this video, we're going to take a look inside and see how it works. Then we'll see the launch pad, the journey into space, and how it docks to the International Space Station. Dragon SpaceX, you are about to learn about an incredible piece of engineering that has overcome significant challenges. To solve these challenges, engineers need problem-solving skills that take time to develop. This is why I'm glad to have this video sponsored by Brilliant.org. With Brilliant, you can learn math and science interactively. You can actively try things out and understand why things work the way that they do. Maybe you're a professional and want to level up your skills, or maybe you're still in grade school and want a better way to understand math. Brilliant has thousands of lessons to choose from in a variety of different areas, and you can learn anytime, anywhere. I've really enjoyed some of the math lessons because you get to see things in a way that just won't happen with a textbook. You can try everything Brilliant has to offer. The Crew Dragon is a human-rated spacecraft. This means it's capable of carrying humans into space. It was created by a United States private company called SpaceX. The company has its headquarters in Hawthorne, California. Up until now, space exploration has been done by government agencies who have billions of dollars to spend. SpaceX is really the first private company to break through this barrier. They develop both rockets and spacecraft on their own. But of course, NASA is now one of the largest customers of SpaceX. Alright, for some background, this is the International Space Station, or ISS for short. It's been in use since the early 2000s and it must be continuously staffed by astronauts going to and from the station. To get a ride to the ISS, astronauts could launch on either the United States Space Shuttle or the Russian Soyuz spacecraft. The Space Shuttle is no longer in operation. It was retired in 2011. After that, the Soyuz was the only way to travel to the ISS. They each have a serial number and they have a name as well. As of February 2023, some of these have been flown more than once, and Endeavour has been flown 3 times. The first time a Crew Dragon has been flown with a crew on board is May of 2020. There were 2 NASA astronauts on board that successfully docked to the International Space Station. Since then, the Crew Dragon has flown more flights, not just from NASA, but there was a flight of 4 civilians called Inspiration 4, and also a flight from a private space company called Axiom Space. At the time of this video, there are more missions planned as well. Things are definitely second stage is not reused. It makes its way back down to the Earth and burns up in the atmosphere. Now keep in mind that a lot of these events are happening simultaneously. The Dragon spacecraft is on its own now. The nose cone opens up to expose the docking hatch, sensors, and thrusters. The crew will also be weightless for the first time. Once in orbit, it's time to catch up to the ISS. Most missions take around 24 hours for this to happen. The Draco thrusters are used several times to raise the orbit and close the distance to the station. To attach a spacecraft to the station, they do it in one of 2 ways. One is called berthing, and the other is called docking. First, let's talk about berthing. This is what the original Dragon spacecraft, or Dragon 1, would do. It would fly right up next to it, and the station's robotic arm would reach out and grab onto the spacecraft and help bring it in. This is called berthing. We just need a little help to join to the station. Docking is similar, but this time the spacecraft can do it all on its own, without the help of a robotic arm. This is what the Crew Dragon does. It's called docking. Let's take a minute to look at the ISS again. The Dragon spacecraft will dock towards the front of the station. This is called Node 2, or the Harmony module. Attached to it is the Pressurized Mating Adapter, or PMA for short. There are 3 of them. PMA 1 is in the middle of the station, and then at the front is PMA 2 and PMA 3. The space shuttle actually was last docked here to PMA 2. This was back in 2011. Since then, they've added the International Docking Adapter, or IDA for short. This uses the newer docking mechanism that Crew Dragon is also using. So Crew Dragon is able to dock at 2 different locations. Most of the missions so far have docked to the very front of the station. In preparation for docking, Crew Dragon will extend the soft capture ring. Crew Dragon Spacecraft will go through a series of waypoints, and these are points in space where they will stop and complete checks to ensure that the spacecraft is in good condition to proceed with docking. First, we have waypoint 0. This is 400 meters directly below the ISS. Next is waypoint 1. This is 220 meters directly in front of the station. They will line up along the docking axis, always pointing the capsule towards the docking port. Then they will slowly proceed to waypoint 2. This is 20 meters in front of the docking port. As it slowly moves in, you can see the Draco thrusters firing to keep it in line with the station. Once confirmed, then the spacecraft proceeds to dock, but moving only at a few centimeters per second. Once within 5 meters of the docking port, they have what's called CHOP, or Crew Hands-Off Point. If any aborts are needed at this point, it will be done completely by the onboard computers. Next, the soft capture ring on the Crew Dragon makes contact with the station. This is called soft capture. We've connected with the station, but it's not complete yet. The ring slowly retracts to pull the spacecraft in. This part is called hard capture. The 12 hooks will latch to firmly connect it to the station. It will take about 2 hours before docking is complete. First, we fill the vestibule with air. That's the area between the spacecraft and the station, right inside the International Docking Adapter. Once the temperature and pressure have normalized, then the APAS hatch can be opened. And then finally, the Dragon hatch. Now it's time to say hello to the astronauts that are already on board the station. My name's Jared. I create 3D animations to show and explain how things work. Click the cards to watch another video, or click here to subscribe.